All right, ladies and gentlemen, MrSotko here. Welcome back to the channel. Got a whole bunch of good sousy drama, molassesy, drippy, teriyaki like souse today. Some hearsay. Love it. But first, before we get into that, I just want to thank everybody that came to the live stream earlier. I was riding around the city of Pittsburgh on a motorcycle with a cell phone carrier like right on my chest, live streaming for a future test. And just testing things out for future ride outs. And I appreciate you guys coming and give me some feedback on all that. But first, the anonymous sushi founder, the SushiSwap founder, Chef Nomi, has been doxxed. Apparently, so basically, there's a GitHub with their evidence, and the person who it is supposed to be is named Sorawit Suryurikan. I got nothing on that. The CTO of Band Protocol. So essentially, one of the co-founders of Band Protocol, the cryptocurrency Band, which somebody along the lines here in the comments says nobody gives a rat's rectum about Band, which I'm gonna have to agree with that one. So basically, it appears to be one of the co-founders of Band Protocol in Thailand. Some people are a little bit skeptical. Other people are saying, well, never touching Band again. So the idea is that I read somewhere one of the other SushiSwap team confirmed apparently there was a lot of circumstantial evidence. Band and sushi websites are very similar from design perspectives, but I agree there's nothing conclusive yet. Founder of Sushi sold his stack for 18K ETH. Price tanked. In case you guys don't remember that, basically SushiSwap was absolutely copy and pasted from Uniswap, and then a token was added into it called SushiSwap, or just Sushi, and it basically made millions, multi-millions of dollars within a week. And then within that week or 2 weeks, the founder, who goes by the name of Chef Nomi, with a Hearthstone card of a Chef Panda, of a Chef Pandarian from the game Hearthstone, basically withdrew $14 million, sold $14 million worth of sushi to Ethereum, and then withdrew it and pretty much exit scammed while saying that he wasn't exit scamming. So there's a lot of other things in here as well. I mean, he copy and pasted an existing service. It's a ridiculous way to make $13 million, and I think a lot of us are just mad we didn't do it first. So basically, there's so many similarities in between everything this guy does and everything Band does that they're basically marking him as the same person. So if you view the page source for the Band Protocol website and SushiSwap websites, there are a huge number of similarities in the style of code and metadata. If they aren't the same person, one person says it's a hell of a coincidence. View it for yourself. He says white space is stripped on both pages, same exact boilerplate, HTML header, titles, tag structure, same JavaScript minifier, Google font provider, etc. I also check on both websites host on Render, which is fairly obscure hosting startup in San Francisco. I believe that's SF. Both websites also use the same registrar privacy service, although this could be provided by Render itself. And again, other people are saying this is not proof. And then all of the sudden, right after this doxing, this is Chef Nomi's Twitter handle. Again, goes by Chef Nomi with this Pandarian, and he says, I have returned all the $14 million worth of Ethereum. So basically, right after this doxing happened, we'll back up just a second here. This guy, Sorawit, a CTO of Band Protocol, was just absolutely bombarded by people. He says, let's clear the air, I'm not Chef Nomi. It is shocking and amusing that people made these claims. Of course, I would deny that as well, especially if I returned all the money in fear, or something like that. So it's hard to say. So how he also, it says, excuse me, I'm getting a little away from myself. He says it's shocking and amusing that some people made these claims. There's nothing more than a personal attack on me and a strike at Band. Although nobody cares about Band. Like nobody would attack Band. Like nobody knows what Band even does. I mean, I guess like if you bought it, maybe, but again, there's just like 7,000 different cryptocurrencies out there. I wonder what CoinMarketCap's even up to now. I don't even feel like looking. It's got to be unbelievable. And I barely get enough time to eat and sleep in the past few weeks. You can ask every one of our partners. Yet people seem to think I was somehow able to create and launch SushiSwap, be active on CT, manage governance discussions, work on 20 plus band integration. Well, I mean, so I don't know, and I don't really want to argue that this guy is. Not that I really care that much, although it is interesting. Sousy drama, finger licking souse. But it wouldn't be too hard, especially if you're like if you're a really experienced programmer like this guy is, working for Ban. It wouldn't be hard to copy and paste Uniswap and then just slap a random token in there called Sushi, which is really not hard to put together. I mean, I put one together in like an hour, an ERC20 token, I think a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, and it took like an hour, maybe two, like to make the whole video and stuff too. It's really not that hard. Now to make a token with a lot of functionality, totally different story. Okay, so I'm not claiming that I'm a programmer or anything that I can make like something really complicated. But I mean, if you're really that good, it wouldn't be that hard to make a Twitter called Chef Nomi and make SushiSwap and make a token. Not too hard, especially considering everybody knows that SushiSwap is just copy and paste it. It's just plain and simple. So then all of a sudden, after all this doxing of this person and these attacks, all of the sudden, poof, like magic, I've returned all the $14 million worth of Ethereum back to the treasury, which is a coincidence. And I will let the community decide how much I deserve as the original creator of SushiSwap in any currency, Ethereum, Sushi, etc., with any lockup schedule you wish. So basically, he's saying. Chef Nomi is basically saying, I've returned all the $14 million in Ethereum. And now the people, the community is going to say how much money I should get. So I actually haven't looked at this tweet. I should. I bet that's super good. Actually, let's do precisely that. Chef Nomi. I was already looking at Dave Portnoy the other day because I had to tweet to him. I said, anytime you're in Pittsburgh, we're going to get together. I highly doubt he'll ever look at that or ever consider that. But I think Dave Portnoy would be pretty funny, especially if he was drunk. To everyone, I effed up and I am sorry. So after this doxing, all of the sudden, this person is super sorry. And I've returned all the $14 million back, and you can decide how much I deserve as the creator of SushiSwap. Let's see if there's any good way. He's afraid because he's being prosecuted by several and had another chance to do so. Persecuted, maybe? I don't think he's being actually prosecuted. I don't know. Couldn't agree more with this. There's too many interested parties involved behind the scenes, but our mistrust with him is price he must pay for his actions. How can we believe that you would return $14 million in ETH? You do know that Ethereum blockchain transactions are visible, right, to this guy. Like, how can we believe that you return $14 million in Ethereum? Oh, God. Oh, my brain. Yeah. I mean, you're going to be able to see it. They aren't until you agree with the government contracts. Love how the people pull this crap without any thought of tax consequences. But if he's anonymous, it wouldn't matter anyway. $14 million should be used to buy back the sushi. That's the only move that even hints at repairing the damage done from your dump. Yeah, but then he would end up with all the sushi, though. I mean, he has to give it out to the community, maybe? You kept $1 million, though. You made a lot of people a lot of money, despite what some people may say. Why does he deserve $1 million for creating yet another yield farming pyramid Ponzi scheme? I agree with that one. But anyway, here's an article. Chef Nomi has returned all the funds to the SushiSwap community. All of the sudden, right after all this doxing, a surprise turn of events, SushiSwap's former head, anonymously known as Chef Nomi on Twitter, has apologized for their mistakes and returned $14 million to the project's development fund. To everyone, I effed up, and I am sorry, as with the tweet that we just read there. On September 6th, news broke that Nomi had had given the exchange CEO Sam Bankman-Fried control over the SushiSwap project, so he gave somebody else control, but not before taking approximately $13 million with them, which we now know to be $14 million. The funds which Nomi alone controlled were from a $27 million development fund that was meant to buoy the nascent project. In response to Nomi's actions, Bankman-Fried told the Cointelegraph, "I'm extremely happy that Nomi returned the ETH. It was the right thing to do. We shouldn't forget what he did, but we should also forget that in the end, he did the right thing. We shouldn't forget that he did the right thing." So Nomi returned the funds, apologizing to the community as a whole, as well as to several individuals. "I'm sorry that I may have caused you trouble." They told the Binance crypto exchange to ban protocol CTO Sorowit via a tweet. "Sorry for being cocky," Nomi said. So basically, Nomi reached out to the community to say, I've caused you trouble, to Binance, I think, and to Sorowit on Twitter, which is just... I mean, if you believe that Sorowit is Chef Nomi, it's basically Chef Nomi just apologizing to himself to make it look like he is not that person, which would be like the most cliche thing to do. "Thank you for helping getting SushiSwap back when I almost destroyed it," Nomi said to Bankman, also directing the apology toward several others, including Adam Cochran. I mean, what do you mean you almost destroyed it? But all it was a copy and paste, and it took a lot of people's money. It got up to $10, and then the selling dumped it down to like $2. I think it's going up a little bit now. We have CoinMarketCap up here, so let's look at Sushi. I think it's going up a little bit now. Let's go with a little 7-day. Little 7-day Rooski. I have to go back to that 1 month. It's been a little while now. I don't think it's gonna do it now. Let's go to the 1 month here. I think we were at something like that. CoinMarketCap rarely ever works. Like, what is this? Okay, that is the 1 month. So yeah, it was like $7.87, I think, and then it basically dumped down to $1.42. So anybody that bought up here is just hosed. Everyone that bought anywhere near here, $6, anything higher than a few bucks, you just got hosed. And it just makes sense. I mean, somebody just copy and pasted this. I don't know why you would even... I guess I mean those gambling gains. It's what we love in the community world. So is Sorowit Chef Nomi? Is Chef Nomi Sorowit? It's kind of, I mean, to me it kind of looks like it is. I mean, all the websites are the exact same thing. They're all made the exact same way. Right after this guy got doxxed and started defending himself on Twitter is immediately when all this money came back. And I read somebody's reply to this. I think it was down in here somewhere. And they said that basically he just... here it is, actually. Picture this. You just bamboozled millions of dollars for free, but are possibly discovered as a key member of a massive protocol, banned, and you need to choose between millions now or an even bigger payout from ban down the line. Simply stay away from this. You never know. He can pull something off again. He's lost credibility. And if I was an investor, I would stop supporting him in this crypto. Trust is difficult to build. So yeah, it's a pretty shady experience going on. But moving on here to some different news. DeFi will outperform Bitcoin in the next 5 years, says Pantera Capital Dan Moorhead. And normally I actually don't even really care about these sort of comments, but Dan Moorhead, CEO and founder at investment firm Pantera Capital, is convinced that DeFi will outperform Bitcoin in the next 5 years. And you know what? I'm almost I don't doubt that. I'm not sure if I agree with it, but I don't doubt it. I don't know if that's a thing. In a recent interview with Cointelegraph, Moorhead pointed out that despite the poor performance of Pantera's altcoins fund in 2019, and it does seem like actually most investments like institutional investment firms are actually doing pretty poor when it comes to their actual volume of investment, in terms of cryptocurrencies, of how many customers that they have and how much volume that they're actually throwing around. It's actually pretty low. Some of them do okay, I guess. The situation has flipped in the last few months due to the explosive growth of decentralized finance protocols and tokens. At the end of August, Pantera's digital assets was up 123% year to date. The world has woken up to DeFi and capital has flowed into the space. According to the fund manager, Bitcoin has already established itself as digital gold. Therefore, he believes its upside potential is relatively limited and effectively a store of wealth, and so therefore its upside potential is relatively limited. It maybe could go to a million, but that's really the edge of possibility because you're getting into a number that's 20 trillion and all the money on Earth, and is only $100 trillion on Earth. On the other hand, DeFi is still at its infancy and largely undervalued considering its potential to disrupt the financial sector, hence its huge potential for appreciation, he said. So I think what he's talking about here is that, okay, so if Bitcoin went up to $1 million, you're getting into a number that's something like $20 trillion in terms of market cap, I guess. I'm not doing the math in my head, but if that's what he says, then great, fine, why not? So $20 trillion, okay, so that's a lot of money. That's $1 million Bitcoin. But there's really only about $100 trillion of actual money in the world. So, like, if you're going onto an exchange, giving the exchange your money, getting your Bitcoin, I don't know why I'm doing this because you can't actually hold Bitcoin, but you get what I'm saying. That's it, right? You're not tying Bitcoin to something like real estate, where you could do with DeFi. You could tie real estate to DeFi, right? Something that doesn't have money now, but it's actually like a whole house and it's worth a lot of money, so there's maybe 100 trillion actual dollars or in euros and pounds combined in the world, maybe. But there's a lot more money than that, possibly like quintillions, quadrillions, or quintillions of dollars worth of real estate and derivatives and stock and this, that, and the other thing. All of the other investments could be tied into DeFi, and that would be worth way more than Bitcoin because it's hard to tie Bitcoin to DeFi unless you do the whole wrapped Bitcoin type deal, which that's a bit shady. Making basically wrap Bitcoin is putting it into a fund and then making a ERC20 token called wrap Bitcoin out of that has the same amount of value as Bitcoin at the time. But I'm not so sure if that's the greatest idea. But tying everything to Ethereum tokens in the DeFi world, like real estate and derivatives and stock and various other finance, could be done, and it could be worth more than 20 trillion or more than 100 trillion. So I kind of agree with the guy. That it'll actually be bigger. And I've always said, even for the past 2-3 years now, that I think Ethereum should actually have a higher value than Bitcoin, which is ridiculous, I know. But Ethereum has a lot more value. I mean, you can just take Binance token, for example. And basically, at first, Binance Coin was a token on the Ethereum blockchain. So they basically made a multi-million-dollar market cap. I'm not sure what even the market cap of Binance Coin is at the moment. We could check. We got coin market cap right here. And at first, it was a token. So it's a $3 billion market cap. So you basically have this $1 billion market cap coin on the Ethereum blockchain that you just made for probably like $50 in Ethereum, that some guy for Binance was like, oh yeah, like I'll just program this up so that we can burn it every season. Every quarterly we can burn the coin and put some code into it and then say poof, there it is, create the contract, cost me like $50 in Ethereum. So you could basically bake $1 billion coin for nothing. So Ethereum should be more than that. But the only problem is that if it was more than Bitcoin, then the average person couldn't make a smart contract with Ethereum because it would cost way too much money. But I don't know. That might be the trade-off. Who knows? I think Ethereum should be valued at quite a bit more than what it is, and eventually DeFi may outperform Bitcoin. I kind of agree with it. Yearn Finance soars to 33K after Coinbase listing. So Coinbase has listed Yearn Finance, the coin that is worth over $30,000, and then went to like $20,000, and then back up over $30,000 immediately. So this seems like a fun coin to invest in. It sounds pretty wild to invest in to get those big gains out of just a little bit of money. So one of the hottest cryptocurrencies in recent weeks has been Yearn Finance. The project fundamentals are food for thought. but its price is also a relatively new approach in the cryptocurrency world. So $30,000 per YIFI, or 3 times the price of one BTC. Nevertheless, it caught the attention of traders, and its price also surged in the past few days after Coinbase Pro announced on September 10th that it's going to list the coin. So let's take a look at that. They announced it on September 10th, but let's see. Let's see here. When did it pump? Oh man, before September 10th. Let's get a little bit better look here. Let's do a 7-day maybe. And then yeah, so it started pumping hard before September 10th. That's always the way with Coinbase, man. They're always announcing, guys, they're always announcing. They're like, yeah, we announced it on September 10th, but what is this? What is this? What is this right here? Somebody knew about it. They always know about it. The Coinbase is always insider trading. They're always getting you. So anyway, the 4-hour chart showing a beautiful price construction, and after they announced it, now we're at $36,000 on year-end finance. So 37,000. No, it was actually the highest it's been so far is 37,000, about $966. So nearly $38,000 for this coin. So interesting. If you would have bought it on Coinbase on like September 10th at 29,000, it's already up well over. I mean, what even is that? Like 20, 30, who knows how much percent this has increased so far. It's just unbelievable. The price of this coin, there's only 30,000 of them. So it's totally speculative. Who knows? Maybe this coin will absolutely bomb one day. It might be a good investment. It may not. Welcome to cryptocurrency. But that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. Liking the video helps me out a lot. Sharing the video helps me a lot. My social media in the description below. Check all that out. But as usual, I'll see you guys next time.